Jessie James Decker, the multifaceted American country pop singer, songwriter, and entrepreneur, has built a career blending heartfelt music with relatable family-oriented content. Known for hits like Lose Control and her entrepreneurial ventures in fashion and lifestyle, Decker is also a devoted mother of four. She shares her children Vivian 11, Eric Bubby Jr. 10, Forrest 7, and Denver 2, with her husband, former NFL player Eric Decker. Recently, she opened up candidly about one of her children's ongoing health challenges: her son Forrest's asthma, a condition that has tested the family but also highlighted the young boy's remarkable resilience. The journey began when Forrest was around 2 years old. Decker noticed something concerning during everyday playtime. While other children ran freely, Forrest would frequently pause to catch his breath, as if his lungs simply couldn't keep pace with his enthusiasm. This pattern persisted, accompanied by frequent colds, persistent coughing, and episodes of wheezing that were distressing to witness. In severe instances, the coughing would become so intense that it led to vomiting, leaving both parents heartbroken as they watched their toddler struggle. These symptoms were not occasional but recurring, prompting repeated medical attention and growing worry. The turning point came in January 2021, when back-to-back emergency room visits forced a clearer diagnosis: asthma. Medically defined as a chronic respiratory condition, asthma causes the airways to become inflamed and narrowed in response to various triggers, everything from allergens and exercise to cold air or respiratory infections. Breathing becomes labored, and without proper management, attacks can escalate quickly. For parents, receiving such a diagnosis can be terrifying, especially when stories of severe asthma outcomes circulate in the media or online. Decker admitted to feeling overwhelming fear and uncertainty at first, as her knowledge of the condition was limited. The unknown aspects, potential long-term effects, triggers, and how to best protect her child amplified the anxiety. Over the subsequent years, however, the family has adapted and learned to manage Forrest's asthma effectively. Through consistent medical care, including regular checkups, prescribed medications such as inhalers for quick relief and controllers for daily prevention, and vigilant monitoring of environmental factors, Forrest's symptoms have become far more manageable. He now leads a much more active, normal childhood, participating in play and activities with greater ease. Decker emphasizes that education and routine have been key. Understanding triggers, maintaining a clean home environment, and ensuring medication adherence have transformed what once felt like a crisis into a manageable aspect of daily life. What stands out most in Decker's reflections is Forrest's attitude. At just 7 years old, he demonstrates a mature acceptance of his condition. He recognizes that everyone faces some kind of challenge, and for him, asthma is simply his thing. Rather than viewing it as a limitation, he approaches life with optimism, making the best of every situation. This mindset has inspired the entire family. Decker and her husband have worked to foster an environment where health discussions are open and stigma-free, helping Forrest feel empowered rather than defined by his diagnosis. Beyond personal coping, Decker has expressed a desire to raise broader awareness. By sharing her family's story, she hopes to support other parents and children dealing with asthma, letting them know they are not alone. Asthma affects millions worldwide, yet it often remains misunderstood or downplayed until a serious episode occurs. Public figures like Decker using their platforms to normalize conversations about chronic conditions can reduce isolation and encourage proactive management. She stresses that life is what individuals and families make of it. Challenges like asthma do not have to overshadow joy, growth, or achievement. Decker's openness also reflects her broader approach to motherhood and public life. As someone who frequently shares glimpses of family moments on social media and in interviews, she balances authenticity with protectiveness. Discussing Forrest's asthma is not about seeking sympathy but about highlighting strength, both his and the family's. It underscores themes of resilience, adaptation, and unconditional love. In a world where parents often feel pressure to present perfect lives, Decker's willingness to address real struggles humanizes her and connects her with fans facing similar realities. Forrest's daily challenge with asthma serves as a quiet but powerful reminder of the unseen battles many endure. His ability to push through, coupled with the family's supportive framework, illustrates how chronic conditions can be navigated successfully. Decker's story encourages empathy, education, and hope, showing that with the right tools, knowledge, and mindset, even daily hurdles can become part of a fuller, more appreciative life.